Hi, my name is Will, and welcome to the Distorted Transmission. For this week, I have a guy online. He's down in Palmerston North, actually. His name is Sam Sheppard. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. I'm talking to you today because you've got sort of a one-man project that has become a many-man project, of course, but it's a band called Imperial Slave. I thought we should talk about that band and what you plan to do with it.
Well, the main reason behind it was because we couldn't do Sonate anymore. Like, I came back to New Zealand to do a Sonate record, and then my brother Matt was found out he's going to have a kid, so it was like fucking awesome. That's kicks ass, and so he'll be too busy for now to do anything. So I'll go off and do this other band, start a band, find some members. So I wrote that first song and recorded it, made a video just to try and find some members who wants to play this kind of shit. And then really quickly we got Ant, Isaac and Achilles, like the two guitarists and the bass player. They were the first guys that tried out, basically. And it's like, boom, we all fucking get along awesome, and they're amazing musicians. And then because I was doing the drums on the record, we tried a couple of drummers out that didn't work. And it was like, oh, well, we'll just get the fucking album done. We don't need to worry about that. So, yeah, we just worked on the album. And then we actually just got a drummer a few weeks ago. So we're good to go with gigs.
But are you going to sort of let us know who the drummer is, or will that be sort of a surprise when the gigs happen?
It's Matt Wright. He's the drummer from Defeat Us, and he's in a few other bands that I don't know the name of, but yeah, he's a local drummer, fucking mean. And yeah, so we're good to go.
You've got the album coming out on October the 29th, is that correct?
Yep.
Could you tell me a little bit about the album itself? How many tracks is it, the sort of the length of it, etc.?
There's 9 tracks. It's pretty short. I'd say it's probably about 30, 35 minutes. Definitely under 35, over 30.
A bit of a Rain and Blood.
It's not that good, but it's good. There was meant to be 10 songs. One didn't work out. We didn't get it finished, and it wouldn't have fit. It was a different kind of feel on that song. So, yeah, I was a bit gutted when we didn't have 10 songs, but then I looked at Led Zeppelin 1 and that only had 9 songs. I was like, okay, sweet.
Oh, fair enough then. Cool. All right. So another interesting point about this band over your previous bands is, of course, the fact that you're the vocalist. I mean, I don't know your history so well, but I'm pretty sure that you have not been a vocalist in the past.
No.
What sort of made you decide to sort of not be the drummer this time round and in fact be the vocalist?
It's always something I've wanted to do, but just never followed through with it. But I don't know. I mean, I've always had RSI, this wrist problem, like since way before I joined 8 Foot. And it just didn't get worse over the years. And then when I was in Germany playing a gig with this band, Porter and Ferry, it was fucking bad. Like, in between songs, I couldn't even pick up my drink. It was fucked. So I was like, okay, I gotta do something else. But then when I came back, we started writing Sonate shit, and it was kind of working. It was going to be all right. But I wasn't sure if I'd be able to play every night. Like, I can still play, but to play for an hour every night on tour, 3 or 4 nights in a row, I didn't know if that was going to work. And I want to keep touring, so okay, I'll try vocals out. And then, yeah, just went into the studio every night for months and months and just tried to see what I could do. And that first song was a test, like, am I going to be able to do this? Is it going to work? And then it came out all right. So it's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I myself get a RSI in some of my fingers, and I did actually wonder if perhaps personal injury was something to do with your decision.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather be a drummer. I'll always be a drummer. That's just who I am. But this is more out of necessity. I mean, if Matt was keen to go with Sonate, I'd be off. Okay, I can drum again. Fuck it.
Right.
But I'll wait till then. But I'm just going to focus on this band and follow through. I'm actually enjoying doing vocals now. at the beginning I was like, fuck, this is horrible.
You're currently back in New Zealand, but you also, well, you've been living over in Germany for a while. I mean, I haven't really been stalking you to the point that I know exactly where you live and what you do. But are you planning to stay here for the foreseeable future? Not necessarily because of COVID, but just for personal choice, or are you thinking of going back to Germany at some point?
I'm happy with this band now. I mean, when I came back, it was just see how it goes, because I was living in Berlin for a while, and then I moved to Ireland for a couple of years, and then back to Berlin for a few months, and then back here to visit family, and yeah, everything worked out pretty cool. So, and it was before COVID that I came back, just before it. So
I remember bumping into you down at the storage room. You were jamming next door on the drum set next door, and the guy who the guy who normally plays in there, he plays quite differently to you. And I was sort of packing up one night. I heard you playing, and I was like, that doesn't sound like the normal drummer. And I lifted up the door, and there you were. So I was quite surprised to see you, actually. I didn't even know you were back in the country.
yeah, that was, I think I'd only just got back because I was staying up in Auckland then with some mates, and we were playing with the idea of this other band up there. And yeah, that was another thing. Things weren't happening as fast as I wanted because I was coming down here, and it was my fault as well. And there were a few projects that I had in mind with other people, and it just wasn't happening, like. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it myself and get some members and get this happening.
Right.
That stuff we were working on there, I still want to do something with because we were doing some cool shit. I like that.
So when the debut album comes out in October, you plan to do a bunch of gigs after that, I would presume. It's kind of hard to really book gigs and know what's going on, but did you have any sort of plans in mind but before the COVID thing happened?
The album comes out on the 29th and the album releases on the 30th. That's here in Palmy. And so that's booked. That's going ahead, provided, I mean, hopefully we go back to level 1 or level 0. Is level 1 nothing, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's booked. And then I'm trying to book shows, but, well, where else can you play? Hook me up, someone.
After the King's Arms closed, Whammy took over pretty much all of the international stuff and all of the local stuff as well. So, yeah, it became quite difficult to actually book a gig there all of a sudden, and it's been that way ever since. Yeah,
now all the gigs that have not happened will be pushed out to the dates that I want anyway. So I'll be surprised if we get to some of these places. I mean, I've got one South Island show booked already, and one or two North Island, so might be a shorter tour this time around, and then early next year we'll do another one with the places we've missed. Wellington's totally booked out as well, so yeah, we'll put that on the next tour. As far as recording the album, could you tell me a little bit about where you recorded it and sort of the process behind that? It looks like you played pretty much everything yourself at the time. It was only for that demo song that I played everything. Oh, okay. So I got all the guys from that demo, like I'd say a few weeks or a month after that came out, we started jamming together. So they're all on the album. I just did the drums and the vocals. So we recorded at the Stomach, which is the only studio in Palmerston North, with Nigel Mocklin, who's done loads of local metal bands over the years. And he worked his ass off for this. Like he'd set everything up and then leave us to it. I mean, he recorded the drums actually because I couldn't be doing that. Right. So he recorded me doing the drums, and then I recorded the other guys. He set up the sound and all that shit, and then left us to it. But with the mixing and the mastering, he did all that, and just we were kind of finished with the album. And then he got a new toy or some shit, some new headphones or something, and then wanted to remix the whole thing again. It's like, right, sweet. And if you want to make it sound better, make it sound better. And he did. Even that demo sounds huge. I mean, I haven't heard anything off the actual album itself, but yeah, it's. Yeah, well, when you hear the album and you listen back to that, you'll be like, yeah, it's a demo.
A damn good demo for like a New Zealand effort, though. It was quite impressive.
Well, yeah, he mixed and mastered that as well, but I recorded that all myself, so you can't really get the best tones when you're, playing the drums and then go into the control room and then, try and get the sound. And I was just there by myself doing that one. So
you studied SAE or?
Yeah, I got the diploma in Berlin. I got a scholarship over there and did the 18-month, or it was about 20 months or something in Berlin, yeah.
So I presume that you also speak German?
A little bit. Like in Berlin, almost everyone speaks English, so I know enough to say, give directions or take directions or go into a shop and say beer.
How would you study for like audio engineering in Germany without speaking German? How is that possible?
They have classes in English as well.
Oh.
I'd say they probably they wouldn't in Bavaria, and down there they wouldn't. I doubt they'd have English speaking courses. Maybe they do now, but they didn't then. Yeah, Berlin's like the whole fucking world lives there, so yeah, most people speak English.
Most people speak England.
Yeah, I can't even fucking speak it.
All right, man. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add to the interview? I think we've covered all the main points. The band, the recording, the members, the fact that you wish to be a vocalist, when the album's coming out, and the gig on the October the 30th. So is there anything else you'd like to add at the end of it?
Massive thanks to Nigel Mocklin and Barney Bewick from Indium Design, who did the artwork. He was the same as well. He, like Nigel, just putting more work in than they're getting paid for. They don't care about the money. They did way more than I paid them for. Awesome to be working with people like that care about what they're making more than just, where's the fucking money.
All right, Sam, thanks very much for chatting to me tonight. It's been a privilege. It's been nice to chat to you again. Thanks everybody for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you later.
Yep. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thank you.